Hey there, fellow adult collectors, welcome back. Look what I've got here. It is the Hot Toys Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Astronaut Stan Lee from his cameo appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I gotta tell you, I have not opened this yet. I only took it out of the box. I really like this packaging. Just getting started here. I really like this packaging. There's Stan the man himself in the astronaut suit from his cameo talking to the Watcher. And it's on a gigantic resealable, as I can open this and reseal it, blister card. And if you look at the top there are even tabs for hanging this. So you can hang this on the wall as is, or open it and display it. Now I'm going to be opening this because I'm going to be showing this to everyone. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and show you the entire package here. And there's Stan on the back. And even the background, this card can be used as kind of a backdrop. And he comes with a stone here to sit on inside this package. And we'll go back and look at the back of the package here, show you what this figure looks like. Hot Toys has made a Stan Lee figure before. I know of at least one that Hot Toys has made where he's sitting in like a director's chair or whatever. But something about this astronaut one that I really liked. And it's got a little bit of a quotation here. It says, "Hey fellas, hey wait, where are you going? Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How will I get out of here? Hey! Oh gee, I've got so many more stories to tell. Oh guys, oh gee." I'm sure he did have more stories to tell too. Known as the godfather of comic books, one of the few remaining icons, if you will. There's a lot of legacy characters. There were a lot of legacy characters. There's not too many left. I'm going to go ahead and open up this clamshell, so we're going to cut frame to that. And away we go. Now I went ahead and I cracked this open, and you see in the background here, that's the backdrop. This was facing backwards, and this part was facing forwards. And this is actually a lenticular background, and both of these are very thick. This isn't like cereal box cardboard like I'm always talking about. These are like poster board. They're very thick and sturdy, and this bit in the middle is actually a stand for this background. And I'll just pick it up and I'll show you here real quick, because it's, like I said, lenticular, which means it's magic motion. I don't know how well that's picking up, but when you look at it in different angles, it changes. So that's pretty cool. I like that. There's the rock that he sits on. It's kind of shaped like a toilet, actually. But it's just hollow, like polycarb, you know. You can hear it. This is like something you'd stick in the fish tank. Actually, I wouldn't put this in a fish tank since it's hollow. It would probably float. But yeah, nothing too special about this, but it's a nice prop effect. Now we get to the box itself. The actual box. And this is all I was expecting to get. I wasn't expecting a giant blister card with all sorts of other bits and pieces. So this is nice. And it is a sleeve. Here we go. And there you are. Stan Lee in the box. You really can't see his face very well, but the helmet obviously is removable. Done up in the costume. Not too many accessories, it looks like. Replacement wrist joint. But of course, we are going to go ahead and open this up. Without wasting too much more time here, I see I'm going to have to cut a tab. I'll start on the bottom, and I'll slice that tab and slide it out. I always like to show you this because a lot of people, they want to keep these boxes intact. Remember, stick a knife or some other implement in this corner, and you can pull that edge out and open the flap without getting that crease through here if you're trying to. Oh, it's got a crease already anyways. Oh well. Still, could have been worse. Or maybe I messed up because I'm just excited to get this out and test this. As you know, Stan Lee passed away not too long ago, unfortunately. And I was talking about legacy characters. There's not too many legacy characters left out there. Hulk Hogan is a good example of one. Still can't see him very well. Kevin Smith is getting to be one. Kevin Smith is getting to be one of those people that, like, everywhere he goes, people just love him. You know what I mean? And there he is. In his astronaut costume. It looks like he only has hands and, of course, the sunglasses that he was well known for wearing. Extra pair of wrist joints, set of instructions. I'm going to go ahead and cut frame again because I'm going to take him out, stand him up, and test his articulation and all that. There he is. Stan the Man Lee in the astronaut suit. Do you think it's a good likeness? I don't think that's a bad likeness. I think that's pretty spot on, although he'll probably look more like Stan Lee once you get the glasses on, because that's how most people are used to seeing him. So we're just going to pan over the costume here really quickly. Take a look at all of the details. Because of the orange, it almost kind of reminds me of Space 1999. One thing that I had a problem with initially when I opened the package was that his head was not attached. And he actually has a really long neck that goes into a ball joint between his shoulders, and he's got like a mock turtleneck. He's got a turtleneck on. So it was actually rather tough to get his neck set back in. I had a hard time pressing it in, but it's attached now. Saw the zipper on the back of his astronaut suit there. It looks like the whole thing can come off or come undone. I don't plan on undressing him, but I will look at where clothing can come on and off in case anyone is curious. I'm sure some people are curious about that. Stan Lee made a lot of cameos in the Marvel films and in the cartoons too. If you remember the 90s Spider-Man, he appeared in that as well. People are suggesting now that, or it has been suggested, that Deadpool will be taking over for cameos in Marvel films, and the fans aren't too thrilled with that idea apparently. Look at his hands. As I said, he doesn't come with very many accessories. Pair of reaching hands here. Basic reaching hands, made to look exactly like the gloves that he was wearing. I'm not too keen on Deadpool making appearances in his place either. I'm not a fan of the Deadpool character at all. I saw the first film and it put me off of seeing any of the subsequent films. I know it rated well, but I thought the first film was pretty bad, to be honest. Pretty vulgar and unnecessary, in my opinion. I know a lot of people liked it. If you liked it, that's fine, but I didn't care for it. I don't know if you can replace Stan Lee doing those cameos, or if you should. Anyways, replacement wrist joints, and a two-piece helmet, which is like crystal clear plastic. It feels very thin though, so I'm going to have to be very careful with this. Also, I prefer not to pick up any fingerprints on it if I can help it. And lastly, a pair of signature sunglasses here. Stan always had on a pair of shades. They do not fold. They're one piece made to go on his head. He did not come with a stand. I think I said that, but he does not have a stand. Usually these come with one of those ball hugger stands that go up between his legs. He doesn't have it, although remember he did come with an accessory, something that he can sit on or lean on, as the case may be, however you want to do it. So he's sitting on it there. And they didn't show him talking to the watcher on this, but because he was talking to a watcher in the film. Let's take a look at his articulation. Again, his head wasn't attached. Now it is. And very slight movement. You see how that kind of a mock turtleneck there, it's like a surrounding fabric and then a turtleneck, and you can actually even see a zipper on the back of his neck because the suit does come off again, and there's very limited movement here, quite frankly, on his head. It doesn't move much, probably because it's such a long neck joint, but you know, he doesn't have to do too much, I guess. The suit does come off. I'm not going to remove it. You can see the buckles here and here, and there is a zipper on the back of the jacket, and you can see the back of the zipper on the pants as well. This is like very skinny leg, as you can see under there. Ab crunch, minimal, but there's going to be a lot of restriction because of this costume. I can feel that it can move, but very, very limited movement. You're not going to pose much with this in the suit. Get his arms up. Shoulder articulation is limited, of course, because of the bulkiness of this costume. He is double jointed at the elbow, though, so they thought of that. Rotation at the wrist, up and down movement at the wrist, because it is a full ball joint. Little knobs and buttons don't do anything on this panel on the front. Little rubber hose. Waist twist is there, but again obstructed by the costume, and that just came off. It's a magnet system. See? There's a magnet attaching that. This is sewn on. Or is it sewn or glued? I think it's glued on, the handle. But again, the pack does come off. I don't intend on removing this one. Leg movement backwards, forget it. It's not going anywhere. Again, costume restriction. Forward is limited also. Actually, the forward is limited so much I don't know how he can sit on that rock at all unless he's just going to lean on it. Splits, limited again by the costume. Double jointed knee. You hear it? You hear it clicking? Side to side rotation. And then his big Frankenstein boots. Actually really good tilt on those. Forward, backward, and side to side. Looks pretty good. So then, why don't we go ahead and take Stan the Man down to the museum and set him up and see how he looks. Alright folks, and away we go. Coming over to the 1/6 scale area, and there is Stan. Right between the Sideshow 2nd edition, limited edition Ghost Rider and the New York Comic Con Stealth Captain America, which I've done reviews on both of those. There is Stan Lee in his new place. And as I had suspected, because of the limitations of his waist, the limitations of the costume that is, he can't quite sit on the prop like he does in the picture. So I posed him sort of differently than it is in the picture. I actually kind of like this better than how they depicted it. I did not show changing the hands out, which normally I do, but I did not have any difficulty changing hands, and I did not have any difficulty setting the helmet in. It was actually pretty easy. The only problem that I actually had was with the glasses. The glasses, they really don't want to stay on his face. They keep popping forward. There's nothing to hold them down. So I could see where there would be a problem if you tried to move him around, falling off inside that helmet, and then you have to take the helmet off over and over again to reset the glasses. But, you know, as long as you're not moving him too much, I suppose that shouldn't be really a problem. I anticipated that I'd have a lot of costume-related articulation problems, and I did. Even when I first saw this, I was like, well, I bet you he's not going to pose too much because of the restrictions of the costume. It's a common problem with 6-scale figures. This one was really tough to work with. Very restrictive costume on the Captain America. And I'm sure a lot of people have run into the same issue. So I sort of anticipated that. That would be like my one minus, is the costume is very restrictive. As far as likeness, I don't think it's a bad likeness. I do like the association to the Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's sort of a fitting tribute, I think, for Stan Lee. So overall, I do like this. I like that it came with the prop. I like that it came with the background, even though I'm not using the background right now. Would have been nice if he came with a stand, in case I wanted to stand him up instead of using the prop. Because as I pointed out, often they come with these types of, like, between the legs, sort of ball hugger stands. I hate those. I really don't like them. I know a lot of people like them. I don't. But it's better than nothing. And they're able to do more, like you see the Matrix here. The Neo figure has that hard, flexible wire stand that enables you to do a lot more with the figure. But anyway, what do you think? What do you think of the Stan Lee Hot Toys Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tribute here? Let me know what your thoughts are about this figure in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. I hope that you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you are new. Check out some of our other videos. We do a lot of things on this channel. We do a lot more than just unboxings. Take a look at our Patreon. Join our Patreon family. Lots of giveaways there. And again, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the figure. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon. Excelsior!